Let me say that it is a blessing and a delight and privilege to be here in the house of Venezuela. My very, very, very dear brother, Bernardo Alvarez, Ambassador Alvarez. I love this brother. I respect this brother. We spend good time together. I learned from him. He pushes me. And of course, I try to push him too. We first met there in Venezuela, and I recall we had that 9-hour meeting with Brother Hugo Chavez, President Chavez. And it was quite a dialogue. Chavez and I are Christians, so that we wrestle with that first century Palestinian Jew named Jesus and the political implications of the best of the scripture. We won't talk about the reactionary elements of it. And his love of Victor Hugo, you recall. And of course, of Daniel Defoe, Robinson Crusoe, and so forth. We had a good time. I look forward to more discussions with both you and Brother Hugo Chavez. We pushed each other back and forth. You see, we recognize that we are free human beings, and I'm a Jesus-loving free black man, so you know I'm always cutting against the grain. You know what I mean? No party lines, no PowerPoints, speaking from the soul. I'm a blues man in the life of the mind, a jazz man in the world of ideas, which means I want to find my unique voice, my singular style, but most importantly, we overlap because we have a deep love for people, but beginning with poor people. See, I go with the Jewish invention. Oh yes, see, my whole vocation, my sense of who I am, begins with the Jewish invention of the prophetic. Keep track of the orphan, keep track of the widow, keep track of the oppressed, keep track of the children, keep track of the disabled, keep track of the gay brothers, the lesbian sisters, the indigenous peoples, the black folk, the red folk, the sisters dealing with domestic violence. That's not just PC chit-chat. It's a way of being in the world. We have wonderful discussions. And so I want to thank Sister Patricia. Where did she go? Patricia Adele Nord. Give her a hand in the back. She is wonderful. She's done a magnificent job. And based on the word on the street, she just got married. Give her a hand, give her a hand. She just got married. Oh, you got your ring and yeah, mature love is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Sappho says it can become bittersweet, so don't worry. When it gets bitter, just hold on to the sweetness. Oh, yes. Frankie Beverly said joy and pain is one. It's the same. Now, we got other ambassadors here. If you are an ambassador, just stand up. Stand up, stand up. Give them a hand, give them a hand. There they are. Oh, it's a blessing to have them here. You are in the house of Venezuela. This is no ordinary place. We've got a sister president here who I love so deeply, respect so dearly. President Juliana Malvo. She's a public intellectual. She's an economist, PhD at MIT in economics. And now, president of Bennett College. Please stand, stand, Sister President. Oh, yes. We just had a lovely time. Was it back in March? It was around the Ides of March, wasn't we were there? And oh my God, it was magnificent. John Coltrane country, North Carolina. Yes, indeed, indeed. And I do want to acknowledge not just the Cornel West Theory, the best hip-hop group in what was the Chocolate City, D.C. I think it's getting a little less chocolate by the day. That's all right. We love our vanilla brothers and sisters too. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. As a black man, I begin loving black people first, but I believe in spillover love. Spills over to the brown, spills over to the yellow, spills over to the red, spills over to the white, each one having the same value. But the Cornel West Theory is one of the best group, and they have an album called Second Rome. I give them a hand again, Second Rome, Second Rome. Yeah, I was telling Brother Alvarez that I'm having some good luck as well because Brother Terrence Blanchard. You all know Terrence Blanchard wrote most of the scores for Spike Lee's movies. There's a new CD called Choices. I've got about 13 moments on that album, spoken word. And it just won the Grand Prix in France for the best jazz album of the year. We're going to Paris. Pick it up January 7th. Give Terrence Blanchard a hand. And the fact that it's connected to the kind of music. Because see, for me, the arts in general and music in particular is in no way decorative or ornamental. It's constitutive of who I am. So when I talk about the age of Obama, it's just not a cold, bloodless analysis. It has to do with the operations of power. But I'm a blues man. You remember Ralph Waldo Ellison defined the blues as an autobiographical chronicle of a personal catastrophe expressed lyrically. So I begin with the catastrophic. The first line of Franz Kafka's Metamorphosis. It's catastrophic, waking up transformed into a huge, foul vermin, catastrophic. When B.B. King says nobody loves me but my mama and she might be jiving too. That's catastrophic. That's like Sophocles' Antigone in there. All the forces in the world, including your mama, indifferent is not turned against you. But then when Billie Holiday sings a lyric of the Jewish brother Maripol, strange fruit the southern trees bear, black bodies swaying in the southern breeze. That's catastrophic. It's called Jim Crow. It's called Jane Crow. It's called American terrorism. Shot through the American democratic experience and imperial project. The best of America, the democratic. Those Sly Stone called everyday people organizing, mobilizing, committed to decency and dignity and trying to make the world better, not just for themselves, but for everybody. The worst of America as our precious and priceless indigenous peoples. Imperial project. Genocidal attack. And for 56 years now, I've tried to be faithful unto death to a vocation, not just a profession. A calling, not just a career. Princeton University is a beautiful place, but that's my day job. It's a magnificent place with wonderful students, but my life task is trying to be true to wrestling with what it means to be human, to raise my voice, deplore a style that inspires, generates some sense of hope and possibility, beginning with those Franz Fanon called the wretched of the earth. That's why I went to Venezuela. Because I was excited about the collapse of the neoclassical consensus, an imperial moment in the history of the hemispheres that rendered invisible the suffering of so many of our precious Latin American brothers and sisters of all colors, disproportionately red, brown, black, and white. And this is a global effort. It has much to do with growing up in the 1960s and 70s. It's a product of Shiloh Baptist Church, product of the West family, Irene and Clifton, but also as one who was thoroughly convinced when Martin Luther King was shot down like a dog on that balcony, Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee, April 4th, 1968. We would never forget his legacy. That's all right, just be connected. Sometimes you got to be connected. Blues man and jazz man is always improvisational, ready for the unpredictable. Indeed. But we were talking about Brother Martin, who was neither God nor a deity. Like us, he was a cracked vessel. But like some of you and like myself, fundamentally determined to trying to love his crooked neighbor with his crooked heart. W.H. Auden put it. And he understood that when you really love folk, beginning with poor people, you can't stand the fact that they're being treated unjustly. You hate the fact that they're being treated unfairly.